Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Jeremy Scheib. Good morning.
A beautiful late spring day on this Thursday. The sun is shining.
Yes.
That looks different out there when the sun is shining. Had somebody yesterday tell me, boy, I wish we could get some sunshine. So I hope they get outside today and enjoy it. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's here right now.
So that we've just kind of, we never would have thought that we'd be begging for sunshine if you talked to us a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, we kind of have had a gloomy stretch here about the last 4 or 5 days. So I can only imagine what the crops are going to do if they catch some sunlight this weekend. It's just going to go wild. Already they're a couple inches tall.
Yeah, it's going to really pop. You're right. It's going to be fun to watch. Grass is green, and now if we can just sprinkle a little rain along the way with some sunshine, that's the exact thing that we would order. We're a fickle bunch as human beings. I've always noticed, I guess being in this business, you probably have already noticed it too, that people's moods are funny because you get a stretch of the same kind of weather, whether it be sunny, hot, cool, rainy, and people start getting kind of itchy, kind of like there's just that weather pattern that sticks, and mentally they're ready for something else. Then when we get it, we want something else.
And then if it doesn't stick and we've got different weather every day, then you make those jokes about how Nebraska weather is so unpredictable.
Exactly.
Long story short, people like to talk about the weather.
We do.
It's always one of those things. So,
well, I think it's a little bit like sports in a way. Something you can talk about. You don't have big debates and disagreements over weather. You just talk about what's coming and what happened and how much rain did you get, and it's all friendly chatter and doesn't have to be, make your mind tired. You just talk about something that's affects you every day, but really you don't have to have an argument about.
Yeah.
And I guess in sports you have your favorite teams and so forth, but it is sport, so you don't get usually all upset about it, and so it's nice to have those kind of things to go to.
Yes.
And honestly, when you're out and about, you find yourself talking with folks about the weather. It opens a conversation. And then you might say, well, how are the kids? But, first
it's a lead in.
Yeah, it's a great lead in. Well, let's see. This is Thursday, and so today at the Prairie Pioneer Center, pork loin, mashed potatoes and gravy, peas, dinner roll, and dessert on this last Thursday of the month. And they're having a program today following lunch, as they've been celebrating May Older American Month this year, and they flipped the switch on aging. They've had some fun with it, and so this will be the final program in May, which starts at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And again, if you haven't been for a while, you're taking somebody along to see the program, give the folks a call there at 872-6121 and let them know you're bringing some guests. Or again, if you haven't been there for a while, they'd like to kind of have a plate count by 9 o'clock or so. You can use that same number to call and get home delivery to your place as well.
Great.
I got this poster that I printed off yesterday, and I heard that the pastor was in.
Talked to him yesterday.
Yeah. Exciting news there.
Yeah, Pastor Harvey was in. They have been in that new space at the Mason City First Baptist Church since Easter. They actually had their very first service in there on Easter, and now they're going to dedicate the building. It sounds like they've got a great morning planned this Sunday. It's open to the public. They would love anyone to come that can. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it, so I wanted to try to get as many people there as I could by doing a little news story and conversation with them. But he said it has felt great because they did all the work themselves. It just kind of was a slow, steady thing, and worked on it together as a congregation, had a lot of different memories. And he said it's cool to have people be able to walk in there and say, hey, I did that right there. And he said that they don't know how they did it without the space before. He's like, now he's like the last place we would hold services is now used for something else. They've got more space for vacation Bible school. He said it's great.
Well, very active church, First Baptist Church in Mason City, and the church service is at 9:30. Fellowship time at 10:30. The dedication service is at 11. And then, of course, they'll have lunch at noon afterwards on Sunday, June 1st. The address, if you can't find it in Mason City, is 687 Prentice Street.
And him and I both joked at the end of the conversation. He said, there's not that many blocks to drive. And you can find the church. Just kind of go up and down a little bit, and you'll find it. It's a beautiful church. Can't miss it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Just look for some cars parked around a church, and you'll be there. If you use GPS, you might end up in, Berwyn or
Mason City,
Litchfield.
Iowa.
Yeah. So just get to Mason City and then drive around a little bit. You'll find him.
Yep.
It'll be a good time. I'm glad you talked to us, Harvey, about that. All right, we've had several things we're going to be talking about. We also expect guests in from the Broken Bow Schools FBLA fundraiser today. And I think you looked it up out at the grocery cart, right?
Yeah, at the grocery cart, starting at 5, going into the early evening. Delicious burgers. I've had several burgers at those burger bashes before. Free will donation helps the organization they're holding it for. You get a burger, chips, and a drink for that free will donation. And it can't be understated how great it is that Grocery Cart does that. They take on the cost of all of the food, drinks, and chips. There's no charge to the organization they put that burger bash on for. So you can go out there and donate knowing that it's all going to that organization. And I believe the FBLA group from Broken Bow has a trip out to California they're trying to fund. And California is half a country away. So that trip doesn't come cheap. So go out there and support them, and we'll learn more about that and what they've been doing in FBLA, I'm sure.
They've had a successful school year. They really have a lot of awards and successes. So we'll try to find out a little bit more about that as well. But just take in that burger bash today. As Jeremy mentioned, I've never had anything but a real tasty one off of that grill.
Oh, yeah.
So,
good stuff. I saw their Facebook page was joking about there were 2 people. They always give Andrew a hard time. I've kind of noticed that. They give Andrew, the meat manager, a hard time. And their Facebook post said, come out and have a delicious burger or a hockey puck from Andrew. Just kidding. They're delicious or something like that. I'm like, man, Andrew went. Poor guy.
I think the last one that we were involved in and helped with was a fundraiser for our friend Tom Hilkemeyer.
Yep.
And so we got our hands dirty that day and got involved. And, the guys who make those hamburgers, they have to work pretty hard, and it's hot and smoky, and they enjoy it, but it's a job.
Mm-hmm. They use a charcoal grill, and me personally, I have a pellet grill, and I don't know, when you have one burger off a certain type of grill for so long, it's just delicious to have a different, a
change.
I have a propane grill burger or a charcoal grill burger. It's all delicious, and those are really good. And they've got it down to a science. They do a lot of these burger bashes. They got it figured out.
They got a system. It is a good one. Also today we're going to be playing our game in a little bit, and the barbecue at Oconto is coming up, and Chrissy's got her hands on some tickets to give away, so be listening carefully here in a little bit. We'll give you a chance to win a little prize and tickets to the barbecue at Oconto coming up.
Yeah, we don't have the tickets yet. She's going to be getting those today, but if you wait until tomorrow to pick up your prize, we're just going to earmark some of those for you, and along maybe with another prize to kind of kick it all off. It'd be a really good prize.
All right, we'll play that game in just a little bit. Country Music Day today. Here's Luke Combs. What you see is what you get. Luke Combs on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show this morning. All right, let's play the game and see if we can give away some really good prizes.
Yeah, we've got, we'll just pre-give away one ticket to the Oconto Blowing the Doors Off barbecue, not this weekend, but next weekend. That's happening in Oconto, so you can pick that up if you get this right. And why not? Barbecue and ice cream, they go well together.
Yeah.
We've got a Blizzard treat coupon, good for one small Blizzard treat at the Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. So this is a pretty darn good prize that you put together the small Blizzard and the Oconto Blowing the Doors Off barbecue ticket, and this is like $20+ worth of value here. So we're talking about nursery rhymes still. Here's your question. The monkey was chasing the weasel. He chased him all around what? Is it A, the baker's shop, B, the schoolhouse, C, the church pew, or D, the cobbler's bench? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Need gear for the softball and baseball diamond? Geared for Sports in Broken Bow has all kinds of equipment and shoes for the season. What Scott doesn't have in store, he can try to find for you. Geared for Sports has competitive pricing, so there's no need to go out of town or search the web. Find it right on the square in Broken Bow. There's a reason it's called Geared for Sports. They're prepared to gear you up for whatever sport you play. Visit them soon in Broken Bow. Geared for Sports.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the month of June is one more good reason. Palmer Monuments After Memorial Day Sale. Go and see Palmer Monument today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off their already reduced prices. Their goal is to assist you in selecting a memorial that best fits your family needs, and they'll save you money too. During the After Memorial Day sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow and Lexington.
We have Sandy on the line. Good morning, Sandy. How are you?
I'm just fine, thanks.
Good. Beautiful day out there. Hope you get to enjoy
it
some
is.
of it. Yeah. Well, maybe we can make
rain.
Yeah, nice rain. Let's see if we can make your day even a little bit better. Here's Jeremy.
Okay, Sandy, the monkey was chasing the weasel. He chased him all around what? Was it the baker's shop, the schoolhouse, the church pew, or the cobbler's bench?
Cobbler's bench.
That's right, yes.
Way to go, Sandy. You got a nice prize there.
All right.
Yeah, great prize.
Yes, I do.
We've got this small Blizzard treat coupon for you, and then if you come out here tomorrow or beyond, we'll have that ticket to the Oconto barbecue for you.
That sounds great.
Great. Thanks for listening, Sandy.
You bet. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You too.
You too. Bye.
7:46. We'll be right back.
Sooner rather than later, it's the time to schedule your child's back to school and sports physicals for the 2025-2026 school year. So call Central Nebraska Medical Clinic soon at 308-872-2486. For your convenience, immunizations during physical exams are available. Don't delay. Schedule back to school and sports physicals for next school year by calling Central Nebraska Medical Clinic at 308-872-2486.
As long as we're talking barbecue, here's more details with Jeremy.
Yep, it's Saturday, June 7th from 5 until midnight. All you can eat. What's the last time you went to something that was all you can eat? Adults are $17 in advance, $20 at the gate. Children ages 5 to 12 are $10. They're going to have live entertainment from 5 to 8 from South Loop Sunrise. At 7 o'clock, they'll hold the raffle drawing and auction. And then starting up at 8 and cruising on till midnight, Tim Zock will be up on the stage providing a great dancing time. Raffle drawing includes a Blackstone griddle, a Henry Golden Boy 22 rifle, a Remington 870 shotgun, and a $200 gift card to Mills Hardware. If you want to get advance tickets, you can get them at ocontobarbecue.ticketspice.com/bbq. Or if you see those posters that are hanging around the area, and they are all over the place again this year, you can just scan that QR code. It'll take you right to where you need to purchase tickets. Or, of course, you can get them at the gate. But if you save yourself $3, that would be maybe one more drink there at the barbecue when you get there. So check it out. Saturday, June 7th, 5 to midnight, the Oconto Volunteer Fire Department Blowing the Doors Off barbecue. If you've never been, you need to go. It's as simple as that.
7:48 is your time. Yet to come this half hour, the Dave Davis Farmers National Report. First, a little Toby Keith for you, little Trailer Hood.
North 9th Avenue. It does have hardwood floors in the living and dining room. Breakfast bar in the kitchen, has 2 bedrooms, full bathroom with shower, has a storage basement and a detached garage. That's at 218 North 9th Avenue. We do have a commercial building at 305 South 10th Avenue. It's a great location with lots of possibilities. There's 1,280 square foot office space up front and 1,920 square feet for storage warehouse with full basement in the back. The lot is 32 by 110. It is zone commercial. That is at 305 South 10th Avenue. We have a ranch-style home at 1215 North K Street. Has a cute front porch. Kitchen walks out to a small deck in the back. The living room has recessed lighting, hardwood floor, built-in shelves, picture window, and a fireplace. The laundry room is located right off of the kitchen. There are 3 bedrooms on the main floor with hardwood floors. Lower level has a second bathroom, rec room, family room with gas fireplace, and 2 more bedrooms, both with egress windows, attached double garage. It is a corner lot with mature trees at 1215 North K Street. At 1040 South 7th Avenue, this one has an awesome garage. The living room has a large picture window and original hardwood floors. Dining area is open to the living room and kitchen area. Kitchen has a wood burner stove on the side. Main floor has 3 bedrooms, also with original hardwood floors. Walkout basement has family room, second bathroom with laundry, office space, and storage room. Large fenced-in backyard. The guys will love the huge garage that has a heater. Very large lot with extra space for a garden or parking trailers, campers, or boats. Move-in ready at 1240 South 7th Avenue. At 503 North C Street, this home has only had one owner. It's been lovingly maintained and is in impeccable condition. Huge great room is ideal for everyday living or hosting. Kitchen has an island, stainless steel appliances, coffee bar with a wine cooler, walk-in pantry, and beautiful cabinets. The large primary bedroom offers a walk-in closet as well as an ensuite bathroom with dual vanity sinks, and walk-in shower. 2 additional bedrooms and second full bathroom are split from the primary bedroom at the opposite side of the home. The laundry room is conveniently located coming in from the oversized 2-car garage, has an unfinished lower level with 9-foot ceilings and roughed in for a third bathroom. Don't miss this rare opportunity at 503 North C Street. At 237 Beaumont Drive, this home has been totally remodeled. Living room has large picture window, kitchen has breakfast bar, and plenty of counter and cupboard space. Main floor also has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a laundry space. Lower level is finished with large family room, 2 bedrooms, and third bathroom. HVAC system and water heater were new in 2017. Attached oversized garage. There's also a shop with double doors off of the garage. Large backyard with patio space and mature trees. It's located in a quiet neighborhood at 237 Beaumont Drive. At 713 South F Street, this is a ranch style, all on one level. Walk into a large living room that has a picture window and built-ins on one side. The breakfast bar separates the kitchen and dining area. This home has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Family room has large picture window, fireplace, and also has built-in bookcase. Office has French doors to the family room. The laundry area is located by the back door off of the kitchen. Several new windows, attached double garage, small yard to maintain, close to downtown at 713 South F Street. Another home that's close to downtown is at 628 South 10th Avenue, has a front porch, large living room, laundry located on the back porch, main floor bedroom and bathroom. Upstairs has a second bathroom and 2 more bedrooms. Unfinished basement. It does have a carport. That's at 628 South 10th Avenue. At 512 Sioux Lane, this one has lots of potential. It's a split level with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom upstairs. Kitchen has dining space on the side with the back door going out to the deck. Then the lower level has 2 more bedrooms, a second bathroom, family room, and laundry area. Family room has built-ins on one side, has newer vinyl windows, attached single garage, no back neighbors. This home just needs your special touches at 512 Sioux Lane in Broken Bow. Also in Broken Bow at 546 North 16th Avenue, we do have a home listed. It's on a corner lot. Nice sized living room. Eat-in kitchen has plenty of cabinets and counter space. Main floor has 2 bedrooms. Master bedroom has master bathroom. Main floor laundry located in the half bathroom. The lower level has a family room, 2 non-conforming bedrooms, and third bathroom. Detached double garage with extra space for a workshop area, underground sprinklers, and covered patio area. I think that sums it up for this week. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.
listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A federal trade court has put President Trump's global tariffs on hold, ruling they're illegal. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger on the bigger picture.
Officials at the Fed are worried that this uncertainty around tariffs could lead to a rise in inflation, in the inflation rate, and also slow down the economy.
The president's DOGE chief, Elon Musk, is leaving his job at the White House. Comes a day after he acknowledged to CBS News he had issues with the president's budget bill.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both.
Beyonce fulfilled a fan's request for a gender reveal at a stop near New York City. The crowd at MetLife Stadium cheered after she smiled at that fan and confirmed it's a boy. Beyonce sang in the rain for most of the show. She has 4 more performances there. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KNOP, the city of North Platte has announced a 5-day water chlorination period to run in early June. According to the North Platte Water Department, the chlorination period will run from June 2nd to June 6th. The chlorination will cover the entire city and is strictly a preventative maintenance measure. City officials encourage those with chlorine sensitivities or those who have animals with sensitivities to chlorine to take proper precautions. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
The Eastern Conference playoffs in the NHL have over now as Florida wins 4-1 the series, 5-3 the game 5. Florida did allow 2 first-period goals from Carolina, but then outscored the Hurricanes 5-1 to win the game. The Thunder beat the Timberwolves 124-94 to go ahead and win the Western Conference Finals in the NBA, 4-1. Thunder being led in scoring by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The MVP had 34 points. Chet Holmgren had 22. Jalen Williams added 19. Julius Randle for Minnesota had 24 points. Anthony Edwards, 19 points on 18 shots. In Major League Baseball, Paul Skeens had 7 strikeouts and 6 2/3 innings pitched as the Pirates crushed the Diamondbacks 10-1. And the Brewers walk it off for the second game in a row against the Red Sox. This one 6-5 in 10 innings to complete a 3-game sweep. I'm Martin Weiss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance of thunderstorms with fog and spots early today. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Highs level off around 69. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight. Lows level off around 43. Daytime highs approaching 80. Tomorrow, bright sunshine. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Located right in the beautiful sandhills of Nebraska, Kincaid Brewing Company chose a name more than 10 years ago that gave a nod to those who came before them. From meeting in a homebrew club to serving all of Nebraska delicious beer, Kincaid Brewing Company, based in Broken Bow.
8:04 is your time. Let's go outside and find out what it really feels like with Jack Simpson. Jack, what's it feel like out there?
Well, good morning. It's a beautiful feeling day. 48 degrees outside with mostly cloudy skies. There's a nice cool breeze out of the west-southwest. Your barometric pressure at 30-20, humidity at 97%. The last 24 hours picked up 300ths of precipitation, rounding the precipitation for this month to 4 inches and 16 hundredths. High yesterday of 57, overnight low of 44. Sunrise today was at 6:08 and sunset today 9:03.
All right, Jack, are you looking at the birds?
I sure am. We're kind of losing out connection. Yep, I am looking at the birds.
I checked them this morning because you said they had feathers. They look like there's not much room left in the nest.
No, it does not.
You may go out there one of these mornings and there'll only be one, or they'll both be gone.
Yep.
That's good to hear.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Any fog out there? It was a little foggy earlier.
I don't see any fog as of right now, no.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. 8:05 is your time. Quick time out, and we'll continue.
Hey, this is Andrew from Rise Rehab and Performance. It's that time of year we want to get out and enjoy the nice weather. Walking, running, yard work, gardening. Whatever the case, that increased activity unfortunately means some of us are going to have some troubles. Foot pain, hip pain, low back pain. Hopefully not all of it. But at Rise Rehab and Performance, we're set up to help you out. We can get you back active and enjoying this nice weather. So come visit us on West Highway 2 or call us at 872-5800.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We've been inundated with buyers from all over the country finding our website and asking about north central Nebraska farmland. Most buyers would be delighted to lease back the land to the seller or their trusted tenants. If you are thinking about taking advantage of these once-in-a-lifetime market conditions, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis on your property and check us out at lashleyland.com.
8:06 is your time. We have guests in from the FBLA, the Broken Bow chapter, and let's just ask our guests to introduce themselves. I think I recognize all of the faces. Jeremy probably does too, but let's find out who we have.
I'm Keely Moniger.
Boy, you've grown up, Keely. Good grief.
I'm Tristan Taylor.
Tristan Taylor, you have grown up as well. You're getting even taller, aren't you? Oh my gosh.
I'm Lachlan White.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Slide that mic a little closer to you if you would, please.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Jeremy was asking you off the air what you've been up to. It sounds like there hasn't really been too much of a break from school to no school. What are you guys up to?
All sorts of stuff. We're trying to get prepared for the National Leadership Conference, and
Yeah, and that's in California?
Anaheim, California.
Anaheim.
You excited about that?
Yeah, very excited.
Have any of you been to California before?
Never.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Well, they say it's a different scene out there, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Be something to see and experience, yeah. And let's talk a little bit about what you're doing. You're raising money to pay for the trip, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And today is the Burger Bash out at the grocery cart, so we should talk about that, and we'll dive into some other things along the way. What time are you starting today?
5.
5 o'clock.
Yep.
All right. Have you been involved in one before?
No.
I
No.
have never known.
Okay, it's a little smoky. Gets real busy, but it's a lot of fun, isn't it, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's a good time, and grocery cart's great for doing it. And the burgers are really, really good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that starts at 5, and you go a couple hours?
Yeah, I think it's till like
we
7.
do 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
2.5.
7:30.
Yep.
Okay.
7:30.
Very good. Now, you guys have had a lot of successes with FBLA this past school year. Who wants to talk about that? It never hurts to kind of promote what you've done here.
Well, me and Tristan, we competed in business issues, and we got first place at state, which was really big for us because we've never done anything like that. It took a lot of preparing and a lot of hours, and I don't know. Lachlan.
I competed in a bunch of different objective tests, and then I did a speech over just FBLA.
Okay.
And I qualified in a test, so.
Congratulations to all you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I got first in another test, but we have to choose one event, and so then I just choose to do the presentation.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay, obvious question. How nervous do you get before you do the presentation?
Really nervous.
Yeah.
You think you got it all. You practice, and then right before you're like your stomach's churning and
Yeah.
yeah. And how do you get? I'm curious. How do you get past that? Once you get started, it kind of smooths out.
Yeah,
or?
definitely. When you get started, you kind of just get on that roll and just keep on going.
Yeah.
It helps me to find something funny to laugh at
Yeah,
before we
for sure.
give our presentation.
Like right before we started doing our presentation at State, we
Yeah.
just, yeah.
You have fun then.
Yeah.
A little nervous fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You have any questions, Jeremy? Jump right in.
Well, I just kind of one or multiple of you can just kind of talk about what you'll be doing when you're out in California. For somebody who wasn't involved in FBLA myself, what kind of things are you going to be doing while you're out there? Is there a competition component, or is this more of a learning sort of thing?
We compete, but we also try to network with other people, and there's thousands of workshops we can attend and just help grow our skills and bring them back to the community.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a keynote speaker, and we can go listen to her, and then, yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, how many days will you be there, guys?
7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Nice. Do you have to wear a suit?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Full on business attire.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a bummer.
Will you be able to get away maybe to a beach or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. First day we're there, we go to Huntington Beach, I believe, and then
the second day we go to Disneyland.
Oh,
I think we
nice.
have like 4 days of hopper passes to Disneyland.
Yep.
So.
And then we.
Yeah.
So this is a work and play trip.
Yeah.
Which is all right. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
very
great.
fun.
You ever? I've never been to Disney before. Have you guys?
Never know.
Florida or California?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you guys, you're going to have this memory for the rest of your lives, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be something you'll be telling your kids about someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, how far are you on your goal? Do you know? Are you getting close to raising enough money, or do you know?
I believe after the 750 I made the other day, we are at 8,700.
And our goal's 12,500.
Okay, 12,500 to get you guys out and back.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gaining.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hope you do well today.
Yeah.
I heard something about weights that you guys are doing already this summer. Are you all lifting weights every day?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, see, you can tell Jeremy and I don't lift weights, but we didn't. We didn't do that in the summer back in the day. You maybe just left and you had a job, or you know, they didn't have programs like that. But almost all you students are doing something in the summer for the sports that you want to compete in. Keely, what are you doing in sports?
I'm doing volleyball and track.
Volleyball and track?
Yep.
I'm doing cross country and track.
Okay, you're crazy, but go ahead.
I do baseball and football.
Baseball, football. So you're underway with baseball then?
Mm-hmm. Go to Kansas tonight.
Okay. Is this a club team you're on, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going to Kansas to play ball tonight, huh?
Wow, and you're here now. That's wild.
You guys are crazy. A good kind of crazy. So let's see here then. What grades will you be in next year?
All three of us will be freshmen.
You'll all be freshmen.
Yep.
See, Tristan, I've been interviewing you for 4-H for seems like I thought maybe you were a senior, you know, and Keely, you as well. You know, all the times that you've helped your dad and so forth. Doesn't seem possible. Anything else that you wanted to highlight today that we didn't ask you guys about?
We just want to thank Grocery Cart for all all that they donate to
Mm-hmm.
FBLA and this Burger Bash. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
they do. And Jeremy was talking about it earlier. They've helped a lot of people reach their goals.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
On good things. So
Mhm.
appreciate
Yeah.
you thanking them. And so other than this trip, anything in the summer activities calendar that will be exciting for you?
Yeah.
All three of us also go on a trip to D.C. the week before.
Washington D.C. just to go see all the sites.
We have one day
We have
home
one day
before we leave for.
or in Nebraska. In the matter of 3 days, we're going to be on the opposite sides of the United States. All three of us.
So you fly. Okay, so when you get back from California, you fly into where?
I think Omaha.
I believe.
You fly into Omaha, and then you fly out of Omaha again. Are you staying in Omaha?
We go to
do that,
DC
We go to
first.
DC first.
Oh.
And then we go to Anaheim.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you're just going to stay in Omaha, right? You're not going to come out here, sleep for 10 minutes,
Oh,
and
no.
then
No,
drive back
we're
to-
coming
We are,
back.
yeah.
Really? Okay. All right. Well,
You
I
guys
was trying to be a smart aleck. Right? You kind of show me there.
you're gonna come back, get a change of clothes, and
Yeah,
get
Yeah.
ready
pretty
to go,
much.
right?
Wash some clothes.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So, kind of give us a little detail about DC when you're there. What will you be doing there?
Visit all different sites.
All the
and-
sites in DC.
Yeah. Lots of walking and sightseeing.
Yep.
Yeah, take comfortable shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
I have been there, and you do put a lot of miles in.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it all. That's
No, yeah.
For sure
I think
not.
you'd have to stay there for a month to see everything. But some of the highlights will be, I'm sure, I think sometimes if you get tired of walking, they'll put you on a little bus or something to get you around, and there'll be somebody telling you about what this, that, and the other is. But
Yeah.
the history there is magnificent.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
You guys are you're going to be so smart by the end of the summer. Well, you have to go back to school is the
I
question.
know.
Yeah. Well, great, guys. Pleasure having you in. It's good to see all of you again, and good luck with your trips and all your other
Yeah.
ventures and the sports you're participating in. And, of course, there is academics, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have too much trouble with that.
Oh, Burger Bash 5 to 7:30 tonight at the grocery cart, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank
Good to see
you.
Tell
Appreciate
Mickey
it.
Mouse we say hi.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go on and on about that. Let's take a time out.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
How is your diesel engine doing? If exceptional is not the answer, then it may be time to talk to Power Solutions. From service calls or bringing it into the shop, they have the parts and the know-how to get your semi or pickup diesel engine running. Call Power Solutions at 308-872-5522 or stop in and see them 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2. Trust them, your diesel engine will thank you. The Nebraska baseball team is just a couple wins away from coming back home to play in Nebraska at the College World Series. KBBN is proud to be your local affiliate, and this Friday afternoon we'll have the regional matchup against Oklahoma on the air. Tune in for pregame coverage at 3:30 and first pitch at 4 on 95.3 KBBN. You are able to cheer Go Big Red because of these sponsors: Nebraska State Bank, Grocery Cart, Arrow Seed, Team PT, Meat Lumber, Custer Federal State Bank, Rod's Body and Paint, Trotter Service, Shelter Insurance, Agland ATV, Sargent Irrigation, Melham Medical Center, A to Z Lawn Pro, Geared for Sports, Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, Gateway Motors, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Justin Thompson Agency. It's the Nebraska baseball team in regional action against Oklahoma. Friday afternoon, pregame at 3:30, first pitch at 4 on 95.3.
trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily at mhpcc.org.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
It is 8:22, and our next guest is in the studio, a familiar voice and face, Palmer Monument. Chris Smith, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing good. We were just talking off the air about cemeteries and stones and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I always find it, if you get to a cemetery, educational and emotional experience, even if you just walk around and you don't know the folks firsthand, you see the history and so forth.
Yeah.
It's an important service that you guys offer.
Yeah, so it is interesting. It's obviously not where I thought I'd spend my life in the cemeteries, even though my dad was doing this for a living, and you think, okay, I'm going to do anything but what my dad's doing, and
sure,
off you go. And then through circumstances and a lot of luck, I guess, I found my way back into it, and so it's been a neat thing. But yeah, I grew up in the cemeteries, family vacations. You pulled over and you looked at things and different stones and what types of carvings are out there and what type of unique things are out there. And then as you get a little bit older and you start to understand history and historical purposes, and my mom was a big history person and an antique person, and so that's been kind of cool to kind of blend the two of them together as I do this and I go through things and get to see some cool stuff. And you were talking a little bit about old veterans markers, and you come across some Civil War markers that are out there and some things like that you don't even know are in our community until all of a sudden you're in the cemeteries doing some work, and you kind of wake up and pay attention, I guess I'll call it, and all of a sudden you look down and you're like, wow, I think that guy there was the governor at one time, and sure enough, that ends up being that way. So It's pretty cool.
Well, you go all the way. If anybody's out there that's listening has been to Salem and went to the cemetery there, that's a real eye opener for history and the witch beliefs and all that. So it is a history book.
Yeah. And it's hard to change that once they're out there. So that's kind of what I always say that we're doing. We're creating a memory in stone when people come in, and so that's part of the memorialization process and the thought process. Is this is a little glimpse of history and time, and each of us are there, and we're trying to capture more things that are unique or express the individual, and so it'll be really interesting to see what it looks like 50 and 100 years from now when people walk through and they can see and say, oh, well, there's Dave, and look, he's got like this nice walleye on his stone, so he must have been a fisherman, He went that way.
Well, it would probably be a bullhead.
Right. Well, whatever.
So, a drumfish.
Right.
Yeah, a drum or something like that.
Yeah.
Carp, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are able to now, with the skilled people you have and the technology available, to really even go further with documenting that person's hobbies, lifestyle, history.
Right. Yeah. And it's been kind of cool, and I've seen it in the last 20 years since I've been back. I really say the last 20, 30 years is where the more unique individualization has taken place. It used to be sometimes you just kind of had cookie cutters just based on the equipment that you had. We had rubber stampers, and you were using those to cut through rubber, and out there on the stone cutting things by hand. And so if you had really good skilled people, you could do some things, but there was a lot of just canned art, and you just kind of repeated the same things over and over, maybe changed a rose out here for praying hands there or something like that. But now, as we've got into the computer that can do more vector art for us, lasers and things like that, it's been interesting. I think the memorialization when we've lost somebody really becomes part of the healing process, especially if it was unexpected. And right now I'm working with a family down in Kansas, and they had really kind of gone all over and scoured the internet and started with 2 or 3 companies, and he came to us, and he was wanting something unique for his son that he lost. And in this case, the son was very patriotic, and they wanted like a draped flag over the top of the stone, and they'd seen one of our pieces that we had done. And so we got to talking about that, but at the same time, this kid was like into motocross, and he was into wildlife and hunting and fishing and just really an outdoorsman. And so we were kind of working on putting together this collage that's going to go on this, a laser collage. And even yesterday we just talked about maybe we're even going to move away from the laser and do like a full porcelain panel that we can water jet cut in the shape of some of the stone a little bit. So we're going to probably mirror the flag as the flag drapes over and kind of runs down. We may do this big panel with color photos and really make it pop and stand out and do some things like that. So it's been, well, we've been working with him probably for 8 months on it, but it's really been kind of a fun process. And every few days he comes back with, I've got this idea, can you do it? And it's really fun to be able to say, yeah, we can do that, where probably even 20 years ago I would have been like, oh, we can't do that, but now we can. So
does it make you feel kind of good in a way that this sounds like almost a healing process for him?
Yeah, it really does. So, and the other thing it does is it also allows us to get to know like our families and those that we've lost. And so even though I never got to meet this guy's son, Chris's son, I feel like I know him a little bit because I've just learned so much about his personalities and things like that. And so that's really a neat process as well. And, it's when you grow up around here and there's families from around here, you know them, and that makes it very rewarding because you're doing that. But sometimes where we cover such a vast area, as stones come through, I'm kind of like you guys. I'm looking at going, well, that's an interesting idea, and I wonder what the idea was behind that. So yeah, when you get to work with a family and do that, it really does. When we're all done with this process, it's kind of like I want to run down to Kansas and help install this thing just so I can meet the family and go face to face, because this has all been over the phone and through emails and things like that.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of getting into that time of year where you have an opportunity for people to kind of start that process themselves with your after Memorial Day sale.
Right. Yeah. So this is our time and this is really kind of a time that we focus on. Yeah, we've had some loss, but pre-need. And so we're talking to individuals that are still alive to try to figure out what they would like, because it is sometimes difficult to know when you have a sudden loss, like what would we put on the stone, or what would we like to do, or you go a lot of different directions and you're trying to get everything, and you really just need to narrow down and maybe have a little more focus. And so our after Memorial Day sale comes up here, and we're right in the thick of it in June, where we have some manufacturer rebates that people can come in and save some money. But we sit down and we talk about, okay, what does Chris want on his monument, and battle those things out, husband and wife. And so that way you get that done. And sometimes we do see it, like when there is an unexpected loss, that we come in and I've lost my wife, and so we're doing a companion stone, but the stone becomes all about that one person, because that's what you're focused on and that's where your emotions are at that time. And there's several times that I've had to say, well, why don't we step back and remember this is your monument too, so let's get some, represent both of you on here. And when we're doing that in pre-need times and with both spouses still alive or individuals alive, then we can do that a little bit easier and go, oh yeah, we do need to think about, as a couple, what would this be like, or things like that. We also take care of a lot of folks that are now, single. So, and the lifetime our world has changed a little bit, and we have people that are out there, and this is also a time where they come in and they say, this is what I want, or, I'm not sure that, I want to leave this burden or have my kids have to make that choice. I can do this for them, or I don't know who else is going to do it for me, and do that. And so a lot of people will come in actually now and take advantage of our sale and do that as well.
Chris, I know that you can customize the stones as you're describing here. Mm-hmm. There's also, I think it's a fact, we've done business together,
right,
that you have some very nice, I wouldn't call them standard stones, but very nice stones that are beautiful, comfortable, and also, by the way, makes a little less decision-making necessary, right?
Yeah, we do. We've got several that are either pre-carved that are maybe more traditional things that would go out there. But we also have things now that just have maybe some texture work to it or a little bit of sculpting to it. And that's exactly what happened. We had a couple that came in 2 days ago. They grew up in the Anselmo area, but they live in Colorado, and they were back, and they just walked in, and they were like, this is a shape, and it had a rugged cross on it and a flower, and they said, this is exactly what we want. It's simple, it's elegant, it's nice art. We can just put that out there, and they didn't have to make a lot of decisions, and we can put their individual names and their genealogy on it and things like that, and it goes right out. And so so we try to have it anyway. So some people they just want to walk in and see something that they like and have it more just be art and be less about the individual, and we can do that as well.
Mm-hmm. There are more, we've talked about this before, but there are more people choosing cremation than the traditional burial. But I've also noticed that even with that fact, most people still want some sort of a monument or stone.
Yeah, they did. For a lot of years, it was like there was a cremation, and then people didn't know what to do with the ashes. And so, they went up on mom and dad's mantle or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so we haven't done as good a job in the United States as other countries explaining that when you are cremated, you still go to the cemetery or you go to a garden or to the church, different places that you can store those ashes for eternity, so to speak, on it. But now as we get more prevalent with it, and we're at about a 60% cremation rate through most of our areas, that people are realizing that. And so, they're coming in and doing that. Some people just treat it like a traditional burial and put it right in the ground. Some people don't want that, and so we do have memorials that hold the cremations, and so we'll have a crypt or a little vault that the ashes can go right into, and they can be housed there, and then we seal them up, and everything's nice and protected for years and years to come.
And they still have that peace of mind that they want to be by a particular family member with those ashes. Right?
Yeah, and that's really helped. I think we've spread out as a society more. My sister lives I have a sister in Colorado. I have half brothers in Oregon. If everybody wants to come back, it's a little bit easier now with cremation because they'll be cremated and put them in a UPX box and UPS and ship them back home, and they can be in the family grave space. It's also created some issues because now a lot more people do like to come back to the family plot, and so sometimes now we're getting a couple of cremations or 2 or 3 cremations in a single spot. So sometimes we have to get a little creative, like how are we going to get everybody on that and marked, and the cemeteries are figuring that out and helping a little bit with some rules and saying like you can have 2 in a single space or something like that. But we still have some places that allow up to 8. And so when you get into that, you're really trying to figure out how do we get everybody's name on a stone and memorialize them and do that. But I guess it's nice that they are though wanting to come back and all be together. So,
well, with this conversation, I think it's quite clear that there's a lot of different options and ideas out there, and you do your very best to deliver what those people are wanting to have. What no matter what the situation.
Yeah. So. And we always try to remember, we can come in and give you ideas or give you suggestions, but really this is your stone, so we want you to do what you want, and go out there and walk through a cemetery, see what you like. More importantly, see what you don't like. So that way you have some things crossed off there. Go online, look at things, see. Just Google monuments out there and cemetery monuments, and people come in all the time and they're like, wow, I really like this art over here, or I like this color of stone, or I like this shape. And we're connected. I mean, we can get just about everything that you would see online we can do. Sometimes we struggle to think, how did they put that together? And we got to kind of put our heads together and figure it out or get something kind of close. But really, today with the suppliers that we use and being in the world, I just had people from China in my office here 2 weeks ago, that they came in and stopped in to try to strengthen and create business relationships. And but they were coming clear through Nebraska and taking pictures of everything and taking pictures with me like they were like I was a celebrity or something to do that and looking at this type of stones that we sold. And then they left their samples, and then the next week they came back and they said, well, look, here's some stones that we offer that are very similar to what you're showcasing, and here's a few that are different ideas for you to think about. And so we'd like you to consider ordering some things from us when that that time comes. So kind of neat.
Very neat. And those relationships, pretty important with supply and demand to be having those choices, I would think.
Yep, very much so.
Yeah, good. Anything else?
No, I'll just remind people again that we're having our after Memorial Day sale down there. We do have our rebates and some price points, so you can save $125 off of a $1,250 order or more, $200 off a $2,000 order or more, or $300 off a $3,000 order or more. Those are good at any of our stores that we have. So we've got 11 of those across Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, and really with any of our partners that we work with that represent us out there in a funeral home, or some sales agents that are kind of on the road or in smaller towns. So so just reach out. You can see where to go online if you're looking for a place closer to you than Broken Bow if you're out there a little further away, and everybody will be happy to help you.
All right, Chris. Good to see you.
Yeah, you guys too.
Any fish?
I've got to fish one time, so we've been that busy. So I got to fish last weekend and off the dock, and the crappie were up shallow, and so it was kind of rainy, so we didn't get a fish a whole long. We had about a 35 to 40 minute window, but went out and cast some bobbers up into the shallows and caught some nice, 11, 12-inch crappie.
Nice.
So that was good, and next week I'll start my fish-a-palooza out there with my dad, and we'll do the tour, go up to North Dakota and fish a few days, and South Dakota a few days, and then come back to Nebraska and fish. So finish the thing off.
Well, good luck with that.
Hey, thank you.
We'll take a time out or two with these words.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
For 20 years, we've walked this path together, neighbors, partners, friends. At Burning Bank, it's never just been about banking, it's been about building something lasting. 20 years, one journey. Together we've grown, together we thrive. On Friday, June 6th, we invite you to celebrate with us. The celebration begins with an Ollie's coffee bar in our lobby all morning. Then, join us for a barbecue lunch from 11:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And don't forget to enter our raffle. You can enter the raffle June 2nd through June 6th. Everyone is welcome to enter. We look forward to celebrating with you at our Broken Bow location on the square on June 6th. Build, grow, thrive. Burning Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to a stroke, a quick response is critical. A stroke is always a medical emergency. If you're concerned someone may be having a stroke, Melham Medical Center wants you to remember the Be Fast acronym. B for balance issues, E for eye problems, then FAST, F for drooping features, A for arm or leg weakness, S for speech difficulty, and T for time. Time is of the essence. Visit our website at melham.org to learn more about how we can help you stay healthy, active, and strong.
When severe weather occurs, the outcomes can be devastating. Ranky understands cleaning up and returning to normal can be a long process. The trained personnel at Central Nebraska Diesel are ready to assist you in getting your irrigation system back in running order. With a variety of services available, equipment, and repair parts, Central Nebraska Diesel can provide the help you need. Working together with Central Nebraska Diesel and Ranky will ensure your irrigation needs are met. Contact Central Nebraska Diesel, your local Ranky dealer, and see what they can do for you.
A big thank you to Chris Smith, Palmer Monument, for stopping out and talking about the sale that's going on right now after post Memorial Day sale, and good time to make some of those decisions that he talked about. We'll look forward to having Chris back again down the road. We have some job opportunities we want to tell you about. One of those is at Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living. They're hiring at Off-Broadway, and they're hiring and looking for some cooks, part-time cook. And if you sign up and they make the hire with you, there'll be a $100 signing bonus. Also a full-time housekeeping position, a $100 sign-up bonus. And full benefits, including a free Click membership, free dental and vision, long-term disability and life insurance, paid time off, and more. And they invite you to come and join their supportive team dedicated to providing excellent care to their residents. Contact them today. Ask for Julie at 872-12 2522, or stop by in person at 403 South 1st Avenue in Broken Bow to get an application. And you can find all this information on Sand Hills Express employment page with a link for the application.
Also hiring is Ansley Public Schools. They're looking for a qualified and motivated individual to serve as the Maintenance Transportation Director. This is a full-time, year-round position that plays a vital role in overseeing the daily operation of their facilities and transportation services. They're also looking for a dependable and motivated school custodian to help maintain a clean, safe, and welcoming environment for students and staff. If you're interested in either of those positions, you need to call Kim Jonas at 308-935-1121 or download a copy of the application from their webpage, ansleypublicschool.org. Again, a maintenance transportation director and a school custodian are what they're searching for at Ansley Public Schools.
Music from Alan Jackson on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
KCNI, KBBN.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith of the Palmer Monument Company. You already know about the advantages of pre-selecting your family memorial. Now there's yet another good reason to come and see us today. For the entire month of June, with a coupon from the newspaper, you'll receive additional savings off our already sale prices. We'll assist you in selecting the stone, the inscription, and the artwork, and we'll save you money too. Come see us during the After Memorial Day sale at the Palmer Monument Company in Broken Bow and Lexington.
At Varney Pharmacy in Broken Bow, they care about your health and your wallet. Save big with Lita brand products like 24-hour allergy relief comparable to Allegra, or all-day allergy tablets comparable to Zyrtec, but for less. Same trusted ingredients, affordable prices. Struggling with dry, itchy, allergy eyes? Blink Eye Drops offers soothing relief you can trust. And for complete eye health, grab Ocuvite or Preservision Eye Supplement Soft Gels. Swing by Varney Pharmacy today. Your neighborhood pharmacy with big savings on the brands you trust.
The Secret Garden. Some secrets just can't be kept.
Open every Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. From antiques to gifts, sympathy to home decor, you can always shop and order online at thesecretgardenonline.com. Each Thursday you will find them at the farmers market as well. They hope to see you at their store 2 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north, or Thursdays at the farmers market in Broken Bow. The Secret Garden.
Let's talk about that a little bit. First market in the square of the year, downtown Broken Bow. Beautiful day to walk around, do a little shopping, enjoy the park.
Yeah, I talked to Steph recently, and yesterday it was. My days are all running together. But she said they're starting this year a little bit later than they normally do. Usually they get to start around mid-May. They wanted to give the construction a little bit more time to kind of progress a little bit more, and it kind of worked out perfectly because now it's on the south side of the highway, which kind of moves that construction away from the square a little bit, and that'll work out really well for them is what they're hoping, and they're going to be there from 10 to 4 each Thursday from here until the next few months, and then they'll have some businesses down there, specifically food businesses that maybe stay a little bit later for a little after hours and offer some more food later on into the evening. But it should be a great time. This is the first one. Lots of excitement going on down there. I think there was only a 20% chance of intermittent showers today, so it should be a nice day down at the Broken Bow Square. They've got all kinds of different vendors who are going to be there this Thursday. Here's the list that we are aware of. GG Sew Perfect Creation with bags, wallets, quilts, and wall hangings. Tropical Snow will be there. Something Out of Nothing with crochet items. Steve's Rocks. We know all about Steve. He'll be down there. The Secret Garden with their smoothies, lattes, pita melts, frappes, and plants. Debbie D's Baked Goods. Lots of delicious food there. And Busy Bee Goods and Straight Arrow Bison with jewelry, bread, canning items, lotions, and all of their bison meat. And Mickey's Greenhouse with cucumbers, tomatoes, and vegetables. June 6th and 7th, the citywide garage sales, those are going on. They want to let you know about those. So if you have stuff to sell and want to be on the map, you need to contact Steph at the Chamber. Believe the time to be on the map that goes in the paper is past, but they still have some that they'll pass out to convenience stores across the area and then put them on their social media pages as well. So Market on Square today. Next weekend, citywide garage sales in Broken Bow.
Thank you, Jeremy. Kylie Warner is Ready, Set, Grow Childcare is up and going, has over 15 years in a caretaker position, and has had a licensed daycare for 3 years already. She's returning to Ansley and continuing her daycare with a date to open set at July 7th, so coming soon. She will be taking kids ages 6 weeks to 13 years and does accept state pay. Here's a very important point. They will be open 24/7 except for holidays, and those are all outlined in a handbook that you'll be able to get your hands on. Right now, she is taking application for kids and setting up interviews with the family, so now's the time to contact her. I'll give you that number right now, 308-212-2837, 308-212-2837. And again, she's taking kids age 6 weeks to 13 years of age, and they will be open 24/7 except for holidays. For you folks who work nights, that may be the answer for you. Kylie is CPR and first aid certified and goes above and beyond recommended class hours in early childhood education. She also participates in the food program. She plans on putting in a community garden that the kids will be able to get their hands on. Her goal is to be very involved in the community and school, attending things that are open to the public, including a regular visit to the local library. Contact Kylie at 308-212-2837 for more information, or check out her Facebook page, Ready, Set, Grow Childcare. She has all 5-star reviews from prior and current families, and is planning on opening up in Ansley on July 7th.
Took a cruise past her Facebook page. She's always putting up really good information there about both herself and what she plans to do with opening this daycare. And as we all know, it's a big need, not only here, but across the county and the state and the nation, really. Childcare is a real crisis right now. So to have another childcare opportunity that is open 24/7, that offers a solution for a lot of people. So invite you to swing over to their Facebook page, Ready, Set, Grow Childcare. Check it out and take advantage of that solution.
Yeah, that's a solution to the challenge that has been being worked on for some time now. Music from Sammy Kershaw on this Country Music Day on The Breakfast Show. She don't know she's beautiful. Sammy Kershaw on The Breakfast Show. Good music, and you'll be able to catch some great music this weekend at Sylvester's. It's time for a country rockin' good time at Sly's this Friday night. Tim Zock is back, bringing his smooth baritone voice to the microphone. And you might remember him from the days as the front man of Whiskey Bent for more than a decade, but he's been playing a lot of shows nowadays on his own. And he's also, back in the day, shared the stage with national acts from Jake Owen and Jimmy Allen to Diamond Rio and Black Hawk. It all happens Friday night, 9 until 1. Head out to Sly's. You'll be glad you did. East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Get there early and get yourself a good seat for the show.
Yep, get a good seat and be a fun time. Kind of the rockier country sounded kind of show.
Do a little dancing if you like. Otherwise, watch other people do a little dancing. You can do that too.
Yeah, the thing I have always loved about Sly's is that it's a no judgment zone.
Oh,
you just go in there and just have a good time and just do your thing. And you see all kinds of people from all different walks of life. I think that's just the sign of a good bar.
Exactly. Yeah,
you'll see Freddie shaking it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
He's always out there.
He's been doing that for years. he shakes it every day.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Here's Alison Krauss. Beautiful song called Restless.
KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A federal trade court has ruled President Trump doesn't have the authority to impose global tariffs. Only Congress does. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
But the administration is going to appeal this. It could go up to the Supreme Court eventually. And so we're in flux still on the tariff story.
The president's chief budget cutter and special government employee Elon Musk is throwing in the towel at DOGE. CBS's Natalie Brand.
The rules say you can only be one for 130 days in a calendar year. That would be this Friday. We knew that he was going to step back and focus more time on his business at SpaceX and Tesla.
One of two officers shot in Franklin County, Ohio, is in critical condition after they pulled a driver over near an intersection. The union's Brian Steele.
A routine traffic stop, which there is no routine, just becomes two officers shot.
Police say a passenger in that car opened fire while running away. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Martin Weiss.
The Eastern Conference playoffs in the NHL have over now as Florida wins 4-1 the series, 5-3 the game 5. Florida did allow 2 first-period goals from Carolina, but then outscored the Hurricanes 5-1 to win the game. The Thunder beat the Timberwolves 124-94 to go ahead and win the Western Conference Finals in the NBA, 4-1. Thunder being led in scoring by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The MVP had 34 points. Chet Holmgren had 22. Jalen Williams added 19. Julius Randle for Minnesota had 24 points. Anthony Edwards, 19 points on 18 shots. In Major League Baseball, Paul Skeens had 7 strikeouts and 6 2/3 innings pitched as the Pirates crushed the Diamondbacks 10-1. And the Brewers walk it off for the second game in a row against the Red Sox. This one 6-5 in 10 innings to complete a 3-game sweep. I'm Martin Weiss.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance of thunderstorms with fog and spots early today. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Highs level off around 69. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight. Lows level off around 43. Daytime highs approaching 80. Tomorrow, bright sunshine. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Runza is your destination for good times and good food. Delicious burgers, amazing one-of-a-kind Runzas, and great seasonal meals, drinks, and sides. Don't miss Pig in a Blanket Days at your local Broken Bow Runza on Highway 2.
It is 52 degrees already and pretty nice out there. Partly sunny, winds out of the west-southwest 5 to 10. And 300s in the rain gauge this morning from some sprinkles yesterday puts us at 4 inches and 1600ths for the month. Yesterday's high was 57. We're already at 52 under a partly sunny sky. What do you have over there for us, Jeremy?
Let's talk hazardous waste. How about that for a conversation on a Thursday
That's
morning?
That's a hard segue.
It's just not a good one, so you just jump right into it. This is a great free service available to you, a household hazardous waste collection put on by the Lexington Area Solid Waste Agency. This is the last day of this month, May 31st, from 8 until 11 a.m. This is at their location on Highway 21 in Lexington. And the idea is for you to bring those items that you just don't know what to do with. We come across it all the time. You've got something you've got to get rid of, but it just doesn't feel right throwing it in the trash can because it's not right. That would include yard and garden chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, flammables, paints and thinners, maybe auto products from that oil change you did, household products, cleaning chemicals, mercury, batteries, including auto, lead acid, or rechargeable, titanium, cadmium, nickel halide, and fluorescent light bulbs. The only things they don't want you to bring, they can't accept computers, they can't accept radioactive waste, asbestos, oil or paint containing PCBs, high school labs, appliances, or construction waste. So you need to get those disposed. You can take them here for free. They just ask you put them in containers that are clearly labeled. They need to be less than 5 gallons or 50 pounds. If you have any questions, contact them at 324-3351. Again, this is on Highway 21 in Lexington, the last day of May, 8 to 11, put on by Lexington Area Solid Waste Agency. Thank you to them for having this as a free service so that we can properly dispose of these items.
9:05, before we close the show, we're going to see if we can catch up with Matt with Subway, find out what he's up to this morning. So keep it right here. Here's Waylon. Bob Wills is still the king.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, Gateway Motors, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Justin Thompson Agency. It's the Nebraska baseball team in regional action against Oklahoma Friday afternoon. Pregame at 3:30, first pitch at 4 on 95.3 FM, KBBN.
10 past the hour of 9 o'clock. Yes, baseball tomorrow at about 3:30. Can they carry the momentum that they had coming out of the last tournament into this one? We hope so. And as Jeremy mentioned yesterday, wouldn't it be fun to have Nebraska make it to the World Series in Omaha? They would pack that place. They had something like 15,000 on the last game this past weekend, and that place holds a gigantic amount of people. So
yeah, it'd be a hot ticket. We'll just put it that way. Being someone that grew up in the eastern part of the state and spent a lot of time at the College World Series over the years, they pack the stadium whether it's Nebraska playing or not. You know us here in Nebraska, we really embrace things like that. There's something special about the College World Series in Omaha, and I think it's just so cool that the college baseball world is always talking just the road to Omaha. We got to get to Nebraska. I think it's so cool. But to have your local team to your state playing at that level there would be extremely cool. But you got to win that regional.
Yeah.
And it's double elimination, and we'll be with them as they're playing in that as we cruise on into the weekend. It all starts Friday afternoon against Oklahoma.
It's going to be great. I don't think you could top it if Creighton and Nebraska were both in the Omaha World Series. That would be fantastic.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, that'd be great. Here's the Bellamy Brothers. You are my favorite star.
need tweaked every spring, and then general maintenance on ice machines and cleaning condensers.
Mm-hmm. You know, that sounds like a necessary thing to do. I don't think we would question that, but I also think that we need to remind our listeners and your customers that maintenance makes sure they get clean, good ice to put in their drinks and utilize without worrying about, not being taken care of. So it's a pretty important deal.
Yeah, it is. There's been problems. It happens every busy season. There's every bit of equipment that's stressed decides to break down every spring. So
it's spring cleaning and spring repair then, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Busy here. I know that you're aware of road construction on the main highway through town, but we really have been pleased, I think, here, Matt, with the way they've kind of set things up for us to get through. And one side of the lanes are open, and then they work on the other side. So we haven't had any, major congestion or anything like that. And where you're situated, you can also get to subway from several different directions. So I think that's working for you.
Yeah, it is. I know when I come up from Lexington, I turn before I hit that highway and take the back roads.
Yeah. There's plenty of. You just have to, kind of watch the stop signs on those residential streets and watch out for the other guy. But you can get there pretty quickly, and so there's no blocks in the way to get to Subway and get some of those fresh sandwiches and so forth. Now, I keep telling myself, and I haven't done it yet, but the next time I go in, I'm going to have one of those American clubs, but I'm going to have it made a salad.
Pretty good way to do it. You could even try a protein bowl and get double the meat.
I know you you're always promoting protein, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I believe everybody needs a lot of protein in their diet.
But you can feel good about it because it's a salad, right? But you got all of those great meats in it. It's pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy. It's got your protein. It's got all your vegetables.
Yeah, and
so it's a good way to go.
Yeah, and of course, knowing Matt, he'll add a little extra bacon.
Of course.
Anything new coming out at Subway?
Not that I have heard of. I haven't heard of any new sandwiches yet. I believe a new window starts in probably about 3 or 4 more weeks. So there will probably be some sort of summer promo going on for the month of June and July.
Okay. All right. We'll look forward to that. And right now you can save money all the time on the app. If folks decide to use that, they'll notice that they can save a little more money by using the app, and I know you're a proponent of that.
Yes, I am. Right now they have a $6.99 footlong special going on there. So I watch people place an order for 1 footlong, and then 30 seconds later they place an order for another footlong, and then 30 seconds later another footlong comes in for the same person, just so they can take advantage of those great specials we have through our app.
Oh, so you can tell when I'm doing that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you one of those ones that do multiple?
I don't have the app on my phone, but my wife has it, so she's always in charge of ordering the sandwiches, and I don't know. It's not that we think we're being sneaky, but
it's taking advantage of it. It's smart.
I told her, she's like, gosh, should I be doing this? And I actually said one time, I'm like, Matt would want us to do it.
Yes, Matt would want you to do it. I go into places and they tell me they have a special, but you're only a limited one. So I go in, I buy what I want, and I turn around, I walk out of the building, and I walk back in. I'm a new customer. They can't really argue that.
There you go. Well, there's always good deals on the app. It's really easy to sign up, and all you have to do is search for it, download it, and use it each time. It's kind of become a habit for us to just check what's going on the app, and if you're having a hard time deciding what you want, that can kind of guide your decision at the same time.
Yes, it can. But yeah, there's if you sign up And all you have to do is scan the top of your receipt. It pulls up our app. It's going to ask you your name, your phone number, your email, and your birthday. And then every $40 gets you $2 back, which I say that's better than the IRS.
There you go. Yeah. We don't talk too often about tuna, Matt, but I've been known to. I have maybe about a 3 sandwich rotation, and I every now and then I just feel like having a nice tuna sandwich with some nice crisp lettuce and some tomatoes. I really love your tuna at Subway, and I don't think tuna gets a whole lot of love, or maybe we just know that there are people out there that's their sandwich and they just kind of go about it. Is that kind of right? And you just kind of got your small little niche of people that enjoy the tuna?
Yep. During Lent, we sell a lot of tuna. Other than that, we have our regulars that love the tuna. I've seen weird concoction, and I think tuna pizza was right up there.
Whoa.
And it was actually, I tried it, and it was actually pretty good.
Well, and they always ask, you can get anything toasted at Subway that you want. I'm not a big tuna melt guy, but every time I get tuna, I prefer a cold tuna sandwich, but they always ask, do you want it toasted? And I could see how people would be into maybe a tuna melt as well.
Yeah, tuna melts, we sell a lot of toasted tunas. That's the nice thing about Subway is you can have anything your way. So if you want a hot tuna sandwich, you can have it, or if you want it cold, that's the nice thing where you get to pick and choose what you want, and then you get to pick and choose all your toppings, and you can make it different each time. Like today I'm feeling a little spicy, I'm going to add some jalapenos. Tomorrow I might not.
Well, be careful with all that spice, Matt. You got to do a lot of driving today,
Yeah, yeah. I'm used to it.
That's normal, I guess. Yeah. Well,
the spicier the better.
For you, that's for sure. We know that you continue to accept applications anytime. You've mentioned that you always like to have a list of people wanting to come to work. Do you have any positions open right now that you know of?
Yes, I believe we are still hiring. We're still looking for a couple people. Just trying to fill in those little gaps for like when people need time off, or you might be that hidden ace that we are looking for that will complete the team. So swing on in, grab an app, or go to mysubwaycareer.com.
Okay. And as you say, I'll take your line and we can expand on it, but today's the first day we've had ample sunshine to make us think that we might want to go out and do a little picnicking, or maybe that lunch break, grab something at Subway and take it to the park. You always mention that. Today we have sunshine for it, Matt.
Yes, we do, and I am happy to see the sun because driving in the rain tends to get a little old.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only nice thing is it keeps the bugs cleaned off the windshield.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, because when we first met, you first started doing the show, you were, of course, this would probably been more in the winter months, I don't know, but you were warming up your sandwiches with the heater on the dash. You still doing that?
I do that in the wintertime.
Not now.
No, not now. Generally in the summertime, I go with more cold sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, I don't know, something about being hot, I want a cold sandwich. In the winter, I want a hot sandwich.
Well, there's definitely a reason that Subway stopped serving soup when we get into this time of year, isn't there? There's some very simple science behind that, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
I don't eat much soup in the summer.
No, most of us don't. Matt, thanks a lot. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Matt with Subway. He's out fixing things up, making sure everything is clean and operating like it should be, so that when you walk in to Subway, you're going to get the products you deserve. And they do a good job here in Broken Bow.
Mm-hmm.
Big and Rich going to California.